everyone, I'm Lizzie and this is Lizzie Reads and welcome to my latest video. Today I'm going to be telling you about what I believe to be my 5-star predictions. I know this is a bit of an old thing that's went around quite a lot last year, but I got one book yesterday that I bought that I thought would be really suitable for this video, so I looked on my shelves and I pulled out a few books that I thought I might give 5 stars to. So let's start with the book that sort of inspired me to do this sort of like tag. I know Mercedes did it. I wonder if I can find her video and link it down below. I'm sure I can, and I will do that. And that's The Rental Heart and Other Fairy Tales by Kirsty Logan, and it's a short story collection. I've never read anything by Kirsty Logan before, but yesterday morning, so it's Monday now, it's Monday now, you probably won't see this straight away, but it's Monday, and yesterday morning, Sunday morning, when I was getting ready, I watched Woman vs Books, her video, which she's called The Journey into Short Stories. Now I've been watching these for quite a while, and I read Autumn because I really liked the way she sort of spoke about it, but in that series. But I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed the way she described it and spoke about this, and every sort of story that she described sounded really exciting to me and just right up my street, almost giving me the same excited feelings that I felt when I read Sweet Home by Caris Bray, and this is one of my favourite books of all time, I think. So I think, even though this is probably more magical realism, maybe, or so it seemed, or sort of like that twisted, like surreal maybe, but we shall see if I enjoy that. I'll definitely link Carrie Ann's video down below so that you can see sort of her excitement and enjoyment of that, which made me really want to pick it up. And I went into Waterstones yesterday when I was in Brighton shopping, and I walked in there and thought, if they have it, I'll buy it, and they had it, so I took that to be a sign. The next book on this list, I think I would love to give 5 stars to, is Purple Hibiscus by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and this is sort of like a story about family and secrets and things like that, as far as I'm aware. But the only things I've read by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie are her little feminist fictions, non-fictions, and I really really want to read her fiction to see how well I get on with it, and I really think I will, because when I read her TED Talk, I was really excited and I was really passionate, and I just feel like this might evoke the same feelings in me. And if it does, and if it's enjoyable, well, as enjoyable as it can be, I imagine it's going to be quite tough, then I will definitely be giving it 5 stars. Well, I hope I give it 5 stars, we shall see. Similar to one I mentioned earlier, I've got A Song for Izzy Bradley by Caris Bray, and because I loved Sweet Home by Caris Bray, I picked this up for Christmas, I think, as a Christmas present for someone, when someone gave me a voucher. Oh, I think my boyfriend gave it to me, actually. My boyfriend gave it to me. And it's about a family dealing with grief, and just the way Caris Bray wrote in Sweet Home, I found it so evocative and so enjoyable. So I'm really excited to read this. Like talking about it makes me want to pick it up right now. And just sort of the themes I find can be quite moving. Oh, I read something else by Caris Bray. Her other novel, I've forgotten what it's called because I don't own it. I should, and I loved that and adored that. So I definitely think that I will enjoy this as well. The next two are sort of like thrillers. So I find it's quite easy for me to give a thriller 5 stars because I get quite wrapped up in the story. And they're both, not recommendations, but I saw them in a Literary Diversions, Leanne from Literary Diversions TBR, and I'll link that back down below that video, where she described some books that she was going to read, and she just made them sound so interesting. I got 4 of them, maybe like 7 or 8 that she's mentioned on loan at the library, or on reservation, and I've got 3 of them now, and I'm wanting to get to them very soon because obviously I've got to return them to the library. But the first one is The Upstairs Room by Kate Murray Brown, and it's about a young couple who've like saved up all the money they possibly can to buy their like dream house, and it's really sort of like broken down, needs a lot of renovation. So when they get there, there's something like eerily creepy about the house, and apparently I think Leanne said that it was described as a thriller but also a horror at the same time, which sounds so interesting to me. And she read a passage out of it, the first paragraph, and it just sounded so it sounded so unbelievably Leanne read the first paragraph out in her video, and I was just hooked from then. I was like, I know I have to read this book. I have to read this book right away. And yeah, I'm really excited to read this one, and I'm hoping, because it seems to be quite well written from just the opening paragraph, obviously things can change, that I might really enjoy it. So I might enjoy it from sort of like a personal perspective, but also the writing will really suck me in that respect. Also, another one, oh, did I say what it's called? I don't even know what it said it's called, but this is The Upstairs Room by Kate Murray Brown. I might have said that before. If I have, I'll link it, obviously. The next one is Snap by Belinda Bauer, I think that's how you pronounce it. And this is a novel about a young boy and his two sisters. I believe he's got two sisters. Yeah, a young boy and his two younger siblings. And they are in the car, and his mum says, look, I'm going to come back, you're in charge, to the oldest boy. And then she leaves and she never comes back. And then it's 3 years later and he is still in charge, so to speak. And he's done a really good job at keeping them sort of under the radar. But I think things start to unravel when he finds out what happened to his mum. So yeah, I'm really excited for those. I think I got through those really quickly. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did 5 because I think that's what makes sense to me. But these are the 5 books. So we've got Snap, The Rental Heart, Purple Hibiscus, A Song for Issy Bradley, and The Upstairs Room. I'm hoping that I will get most of these read sort of within the next month or so, but my TBRs don't go too well to plan. But what I'll do is if I do complete them all, or like even DNF, because you never know what's going to happen. I don't think Mercedes did too well with hers, actually. I can't remember what video she mentioned that in. But yeah, if I'll mention them in each of my wrap-ups as I go, or if I'm doing a vlog and I'm reading them, I'll talk about it there. But mostly, once I get to the end, I will hopefully be able to do a full wrap-up and talk to you, and like maybe refer back to my expectations, because there are some things, certain things that I'm expecting from each book. So I might just tell you them actually. So from The Rental Heart, like I'm hoping it'll be really inspiring to me, because I really want to get back into some writing. So I've had a little bit of time off, and I'm feeling that sort of like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like the ease of not writing. The ease of not writing, I don't know if I've heard anyone talk about it before, but I find it's really easy to settle into routine of not writing, because it's like I'm not exerting myself. I don't have to worry, because I worry a lot. And when I'm writing, I worry that it's like, this is shit. Is anyone going to like it? What am I going to do with this? Where is this going? I think that it might take away some of that like anxiety to get me straight back into it. And then once I'm there, I'm hoping like it'll stick around. Just once I've taken a break, I find it quite hard to get back into it, which is silly really. But hopefully that's what I want from that. Like I'm looking for some sort of like maybe learning and maybe like learning and maybe learning and empowerment. That's what like would be ideal from this, but I might get something completely different. I never know, and it sounds a bit cheesy to say, but like that's in my head what I think, oh, this book could be for me. And I'm really hoping with A Song for Issy Bradley that I'll get some really like well-rounded, interesting characters that I can really just attach myself to, and I can really care for and develop care for and find some really interesting things about, and like a look at grief, I guess. And also, if it's sad, like I'll deal with the sad. I can do with a bit of sad. And then I guess these last two, I'm just looking for a thrill. I guess. A really exciting thrill, because this time of year I love a thriller. but also with this one particularly some good, interesting, inspiring writing, I guess, because I find when I read books like this, or like what I'm hoping this will be, with really excellent writing, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to really hone what I'm writing to make it better. That's all for now. Yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully my next video should be an unhaul, that's what I'm thinking, but we shall see. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you soon, and I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are, whatever you're doing. If you like this video, you know, like it, comment, subscribe, do whatever you fancy. Thank you very much, and a goodbye. And a goodbye. Thank you very much, and goodbye.